Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down the big ideas behind the latest research. Today, we are diving deep into a secret conversation that's happening inside your body every single night. We're talking about the incredible and surprisingly powerful link between your sleep and your gut health.
You know, we've all been there. A bad night's sleep leaves you feeling tired, maybe a little foggy. But what if the real consequences go way deeper than just feeling groggy? What if our modern, kind of chaotic sleep schedules are actually messing with a vital ecosystem that we can't even see?
And that brings us to this amazing world called the gut microbiome. You can think of it like a bustling city or, as you see here, a delicate rainforest of trillions of tiny organisms living in your gut. And what scientists are realizing is that the health of this inner world is just crucial for, well, pretty much everything, from your metabolism to your immune system.
So to really figure out how sleep fits into this whole picture, a team of researchers at the University of Wisconsin decided they wanted to try and crack the code.
They kicked off this massive investigation, looking at data from 7,200 adults. Now that's a lot of people, which is great because it means they could start to spot some really solid patterns in the data.
So how'd they do it? Well, their method was pretty brilliant. For a whole week, everyone wore these scientific-grade watches that track their actual sleep patterns, so no guesswork here, this was objective data. Then they provided stool samples, which gave the scientists a direct snapshot of who was living in their gut microbiome. And finally, the team crunched all the numbers looking for connections.
Okay, so let's get into what they found, because this is where it gets really interesting. The first major clue that popped out was all about the quality of sleep. And the link was just crystal clear. People who had poor quality sleep, restless nights, they also had a less healthy gut microbiome. That means they had fewer different types of bacteria. It's like the health of that inner rainforest is directly tied to how well you're resting.
And when you look at the data, the pattern is right there. Spending more time tossing and turning at night and having what's called lower sleep efficiency, which is just the amount of time you're actually asleep versus just lying in bed, both of those were linked to a less vibrant, less diverse microbiome.
But okay, here is the finding that really turns what we think we know about sleep on its head. It wasn't about hitting some magic number of hours. The study found that the average amount of sleep a person got just didn't have a strong link to their gut diversity.
So, if it's not the total hours, then what in the world is it? This is where the study uncovered its most powerful and, honestly, most surprising finding.
It all came down to one word: inconsistency. Turns out the biggest, most important factor wasn't how much you slept, but how consistently you slept. Having a regular, predictable sleep schedule, that was the real key.
Now, the researchers have a fancy term for this. They call it night-to-night sleep duration variability. But really, all it means is how much your sleep time changes from one night to the next. Sleeping 6 hours during the week and then trying to catch up with 10 hours on the weekend, that creates high variability. And that, more than anything else, had the strongest connection to gut health.
And you can really see the difference here. People who kept a regular sleep schedule, low variability, they had a significantly richer and more diverse gut microbiome than the people whose sleep times were all over the map. So, and this is the crucial point, this one metric, consistency, it was the best predictor of what a person's microbiome looked like. It was a bigger deal than total sleep time, a bigger deal than what time you went to bed. It was more important than anything else they measured.
This completely reframes the whole conversation. The advice shouldn't just be, get more sleep. It should probably be, get more regular sleep. It seems that your body and that whole ecosystem inside you, it absolutely thrives on routine.
So, what's the big deal? Why should we care about this? I mean, what does this investigation actually mean for our own health, for our own habits?
Well, the study got even more specific. They found links to particular types of gut bacteria. For example, better sleep was connected to changes in bacteria that other research has already linked to things like our metabolic health and even our body mass index. So it's not just about having a diverse gut, it might be about encouraging the right kind of bacteria to grow. And this is a huge clue. It suggests a possible pathway for how sleep and weight are connected. The theory goes something like this. Inconsistent sleep messes with your gut, and that disruption could be one of the reasons why poor sleep is so often linked to a higher risk for obesity and other metabolic problems.
I think the big takeaway here is that our daily choices, our habits, they matter in ways we're only just beginning to grasp. Something as simple as keeping a regular bedtime isn't just about feeling good the next day.
It's actively landscaping your internal biological world, night after night.
And, you know, the researchers themselves said it best. They concluded that these are modifiable health habits. And that's the key part. This isn't about some genetic lottery you can't change. These are things we can actually control, like our sleep behavior, and they can have a real, measurable influence on a fundamental part of our health.
So that really leaves us with this final big question. If something as straightforward as a consistent sleep schedule can have this much of an impact on the trillions of organisms living inside of us, it just makes you wonder, what other daily choices are shaping that hidden world within?